Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and welcome to the English news of Bình Phước radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Hình, and following are the headlines as usual. Bình Phước to name agency and official causing delays in administrative processes. Upgrading local healthcare network is a top priority. Prime Minister chair government's August law-making session. Strong exports grow, but many challenges remain. Smart checkpoint to be piloted at the Vietnam-China border gate pair. And no other detail. The chairperson of the Bình Phước Provincial People Committee has ordered the public disclosures of agency, units, and individuals responsible for delays or misconduct in handling administrative procedures. The directive calls for coordinated support to synchronize data between the national and provincial public service portals.
Relevant departments and agencies have been instructed to work closely with the Provincial Department of Information and Communications and the Provincial People's Committee Office to review and update data on administrative procedures, focusing on processing timelines. Immediate measures are required to enforce discipline in the handling of administrative files, ensuring that overdue or stalled cases on the National Public Service Portal are promptly addressed. Any extended delays caused by staff negligence or poor interagency coordination must be addressed. Additionally, agencies are required to publicly post monthly lists of any units and officials responsible for delays or unethical practices on their respective websites.
Bình Phước Province is prioritizing the development of its local healthcare network through a program targeting disadvantaged areas.
Funded by an ODA loan from the Asian Development Bank or ADB, the initiative will see the construction of 20 new communal health stations and the renovation of 25 others, with a total investment of 140 billion Vietnam dong. According to a recent survey, Bình Phước has 11 district-level health centers and 111 communal-level health stations. Main targets have been achieved, with 100% of communes meeting national health standards and over 95% of commune health stations staffed by doctors, midwives, or obstetricians. Additionally, most villages have active health workers. Despite these achievements, challenges remain in improving the operational efficiency of commune health stations. The investment in grassroots healthcare networks in disadvantaged areas program being implemented in 16 provinces, including Bình Phước, is critical to adding resources needed to improve the primary health care and overall community health outcomes.
Bình Phước Province has set April 1, 2025 as the deadline for completing the nomination process for the title of People Artisans and Excellent Artisans in the field of intangible cultural heritage.
According to the Provincial People's Committee plan, the Provincial Council must finalize nominations and submit them to the relevant ministry-level council by the deadline. The plan mandates that the Provincial Council publicly announce the list of nominees on the Provincial People's Committee website or local newspapers within 15 days of the nomination deadline. Public feedback from the communities where the nominees reside must be collected within 30 days of the announcement. The goal is to recognize individuals with outstanding moral character and exceptional talent who have made significant contributions to preserving and promoting intangible cultural heritage. Areas of focus include language and script, folk literature, performing arts, social customs and beliefs, traditional festivals, folk knowledge, and traditional crafts.
And now let's begin the domestic news with the latest activity of Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh chaired a government monthly lawmaking session on August 24th to discuss 7 draft laws, proposals for lawmaking, and 1 report content. Participants gave opinions on the draft law on amendments and supplements to several articles of the law on Vietnamese People's Army officers. the draft ordinance on management and protection of the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum Historical Site, the proposal to build the Public Investment Law, amended, and the proposal to build the law on amendments and supplements to some articles of the law on planning, law on investment, law on public-private partnership investment, and law on bidding. Emphasizing the importance of lawmaking, Prime Minister Chin requested ministers and heads of ministerial-level agencies to directly instruct and allocate resources and qualified and dedicated staff for the work of building and perfecting laws and institutions. At the upcoming 8th plenary session of the 15th National Assembly, the government will submit a law amending many laws and a number of other laws, aiming to remove obstacles and mobilize all social resources, especially non-state ones, for development, he added.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has signed to issue an official dispatch asking for drastic effort, the highest sense of responsibility and the engagement of the entire political system to speed up site clearance for national key transport projects.
In an official dispatch sent to chairpersons of the People's Committees of 30 centrally run cities and provinces nationwide and the Minister of Transport and the Minister of Industry and Trade, as well as the General Director of Vietnam Electricity, EVN, the Prime Minister noted that site clearance, resettlement and technical infrastructure relocation for a number of projects have still lagged behind schedule, affecting their progress. In order to complete the projects on time, the Prime Minister asked leaders of relevant localities to focus on mobilizing the general strength of the whole political system, organizations and unions in the site clearance work directly with local residents to flexibly deal with their requests, and coordinate with investors to prioritize site clearance in major locations. Related cities and provinces were requested to coordinate closely with the Ministry of Industry and Trade and Vietnam Electricity to hasten the relocation of high-voltage power line systems, especially in localities with heavy workloads.
Although gaining strong growth in export turnover in the first 7 months of the year, Vietnam still faces many challenges to maintain the high growth in exports until this year's end.
In the first 7 months, export turnover reached $266.9 billion, up 15.7% over the same period last year. Import turnover stood at $212.9 billion, up 18.5%. However, according to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, although the export market has seen signs of recovery, the export recovery of products is still uneven and unstable. The world economic situation still faces many difficulties and challenges, while the slow recovery of global trade, consumption and investment has affected the domestic economy. Insiders recommend continuing to innovate trade promotion activities, with a focus on digital transformation programs and enhancing supply and demand connections both domestically and internationally. At the same time, it is necessary to improve efficiency in customs clearance for import and export goods at border gates between Vietnam and other countries and promote transition to official exports.
Deputy Prime Minister Lê Thanh Long has signed a decision approving a pilot project on building smart border checkpoint at the Hữu Nghị Vietnam Duy China International Border Gate Pair.
Under the decision, the project is carried out in 2 phases from the third quarter of 2024 to the end of the third quarter of 2029, with the building of infrastructure from the third quarter of 2024 to the end of the second quarter of 2026, and pilot implementation from the third quarter of 2026. Its capital is sourced from the state budget, in association with capital of approved programs and projects, and mobilized from socialization sources and other legal capital as regulated. It also looks to develop Hue Gi into a model border gate, the most advanced road border gate in ASEAN, based on high-technology applications, with a modern road transport system connecting to seaports and airports, while establishing the largest road-based commercial center in Vietnam for trade with ASEAN countries and China, and vice versa.
And that's all for today on the news of Bình Phước Radio, television station and newspaper. Once again, thank you for watching and goodbye for now.